Did you know that lung cancer accounts for 1 in 5 cancer deaths? However, a recent 20-year study confirmed that annual low-dose CT scanning can reduce lung cancer deaths by 95%. That's right, 95%. Virtual Imaging of Atlanta specializes in low-dose CT scanning for cancers and heart disease screening. Visit virtualimagingatl.com for a special holiday offer now through January. Give yourself or a loved one the gift of life this holiday season.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tyler with Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, bringing you a brand new episode of the Foul Pool to Foul Pool podcast. This will be the last one of the year as we are finally towards the tail end of December. What a great holiday season it's been for me. Being able to see family, hang out with family. I was able to go home and see my mom. As many of you know, her health isn't the greatest right now. She's been in and out of the hospital for over the past 2 months a few times. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. And I appreciate the continued prayers and the thoughts. It sure does mean a lot to us. This year's just been up and down and up and down. There's just been a lot going on. Been super busy. I think I started this podcast back in January of last year. So coming up on like 12 months, if you will. And I didn't really know where this thing was going to go. We just kind of not necessarily threw it together. We had a vision of what we wanted it to be. And then we just kind of let it run its own course, let it, do what it's going to do. And of course, life gets in the way sometimes. You're busy, you got a lot of stuff going on, working with people's schedules. Everybody's got something going on. So it was tough at times. It was always great. I mean, I'm thinking back to some of the guests that we had on here with Scott Smith and Tony Rico, Jason Hanawahine out there in Hawaii, Heath Miller, Mary Williams, you keep going, just naming a few of them. But, one thing that about this podcast is there's no schedule to it. This year, there was no, set method to the madness. We just it was just a conversation. A lot of times I was meeting brand new people. First time I've ever talked to someone was on a podcast. So, I'm definitely not a trained interviewer or media guy or whatever. It's just literally having a conversation. And I got a lot of feedback from a lot of different people. And, it was just, it's like after every podcast, it was just getting better and better. So we've tweaked a few things. We made a couple different changes. Matter of fact, we built an office dedicated around the podcast. We built a podcast studio. At some point, I think everyone will see it with the different podcasts that are going over on the YouTube channel. So with the YouTube channel, we pretty much keeping that thing alive right now with just posting YouTube shorts. If you know me, I'm all about just sports highlights, different types of sports. I love athletics. It could be, any type of competition that has the U.S. involved, and I'm locked in. I mean, if it was a staring competition and it was some World Cup staring competition, I'm watching it because the U.S. is involved. I love baseball, I love football. Don't necessarily pay too much attention to basketball until the playoffs. Same thing with hockey, but just any sport, I absolutely love it. International competition just gets my blood flowing. So there's always some new short posted out there. Just kind of keep the channel going. As far as live shows go on the YouTube channel, those are coming back early part of next year. Sort of getting tuned up for the softball season. And the plan right now is to run a live show a couple of mornings a week, sort of recapping what's going on in the softball world, previewing some big-time matchups, some big-time games, talking about the current events and the big news that's going on in the world of softball. And that'll run a few months, and then we'll just kind of go from there. There's really no set method or schedule to what we do over here. During the season, there will be some sort of a schedule, but there's a lot of different things going on in life, so who knows what next year brings for us. But the plan is to do a show, and also with the podcast, having some special guest hosts, a few episodes with each one, just coming in, helping kind of run the ship a little bit, getting a different perspective on things, opening up a little bit more dialogue, having some more conversation with some of the people that are around. I can't thank my guests enough for last year, everyone that came on. We had a fun time with it. There was too many guests for me to remember all of them off the top of my head. Being able to sit down and talk with Michelle Smith and Scott Woodcock, and just Scott Smith and Tony Rico and Mary Williams and Heath Miller and Sean Wade and Elliott Sadler. I know I'm forgetting a ton of them. Tom Bunn, just anybody. All you guys that I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. I just, right off the top of my head, some of the ones that I was looking through earlier. Just incredible experience for me. Never in a million years that I think I'd be able to sit down and talk softball with some of the guests that I had on. I got a lot of big guests lined up for next year. It's going to be a big year. Can't wait for 2023. At some point, we will have a sort of a year-end review video go out on YouTube. So that will be that'll be coming online here pretty soon. Looking forward to getting you guys' reaction to that. As far as the Black Diamond Softball and Fitness lessons and clinics and camps and training and stuff like that, we got a lot of big stuff planned for that. We are in the works right now of knocking out a facility. Right now, it's tough to get a facility where we're at, just because where the market is, and there's just, my life is so busy that I can't put in 8, 10, 12 hours in a facility when I've got a wife and 3 kids, and we've got our schedule, we got stuff we've got to do. I can't be selfish enough to where I just stay there and hammer out lessons and continue to do whatever. And it's just tough. And my current clients, they understand that. We get together during the week when we can, but as far as growing my clientele, it's just tough right now because I don't have the time to put in to what I need to. But that's lightening up just a little bit. We are planning to get a facility and put in the work to do that. But right now, when you're talking like 4 or 5K a month, it doesn't make sense right now for me. So, for the early part of 2023, I'll continue doing what I'm doing with that. But at some point in 2023, I do see opening up a facility. The main goal is, of course, to have the batting cages somewhere indoor for the area for kids and parents and coaches and other instructors to come in, be able to use the facility out of the weather elements, and just be able to get their work in. The other side of the facility will be dedicated to practicing the combine events, such as, running your run times from home to first and from home to second. Also, throwing velocity, exit velocity, your broad jumps, your 5-10 5s, just anything that you will be tested at a combine or a showcase event or a camp, something like that, where we can gather your measurables. We can grab your stats and be able to compare them against some of the top athletes in the country. That's what I want to help athletes do. Be able to focus on those events because that's what they're measured by. Unfortunately, that's the way that it is. I don't like it. I like the eye test more, but I do get metrics are a part of the process now. And I want to have athletes in this area somewhere to go and be able to use their numbers and say, okay, hey, this is where I stack up. This is what D2 pop time is. This is where my number is, or this is the exit velocity for the average D1 player, or this is the throwing velocity for the average D3 player. So I want athletes to be able to kind of see where they're at, because I think a lot of times is they get told a lot of different things and they don't know for sure. So I want athletes to know, and knowledge is power when it comes to this kind of stuff, and help them make the best decision. And be able to show them, their parents, their coaches, themselves, be able to show them, hey, this is where you stack up in the world of softball. So I have no doubt that at some point this year, this coming up year, we will have a facility and we'll have that online, and I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, I just want to thank you guys for the support. It's been great. If I didn't have the support, the audience, the following that I do, we wouldn't be doing this. So if it's just one person that I impact, I'm doing my job. So until that day comes where I'm not impacting at least one person, I'm going to continue doing what I do. I know my content's not for everybody. I know I rub some people the wrong way. Some people just don't like me for whatever. And I understand that. I get that. I'm the same way. So for the ones that do, I appreciate it. Everyone that shares my content, it's great. I'm blessed. So that's going to do it for this year, 2022. That's it. I want you to go back and revisit some of the episodes, whether it's on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, over on the YouTube channel, wherever you take in the content. Go check that out again one last time for this year, and then of course it'll stay up for next year as well. But revisit some of them. There's some great episodes, a lot of great information. Like I said, there will be a year-end review sort of video on on the YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out, and I'll make sure I drop the link on the socials so you guys can get to that as well. And until next year, if you share my content, make sure you share it with a friend. And when you do, you tell them you love them.
Did you know that lung cancer accounts for 1 in 5 cancer deaths? However, a recent 20-year study confirmed that annual low-dose CT scanning can reduce lung cancer deaths by 95%. That's right, 95%. Virtual Imaging of Atlanta specializes in low-dose CT scanning for cancers and heart disease screening. Visit virtualimagingatl.com for a special holiday offer now through January. Give yourself or a loved one the gift of life this holiday season.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.